everyone, it's Ashisha with SSC Customs and Supplies. Welcome back. I am coming back to you today with a new product review. This one is from TahoeBay yet again, but this is their latest invention that they've come out with. It is actually called the TahoeBay Universal Handles or Handholds. It is actually this right here. This is actually, it looks just like a can cooler. You slip it over your tumbler, your cans, just like you would a can cooler. However, it has a handle already attached to it, which is perfect for those little ones that tend to drop their bottles and break off their handles, or for the older ones that have carpal tunnel, such as myself, that loves to have something with a handle that's easier to grip and hold on to. Even if I want to just slip it over my hand like that and hold it like that, it keeps it in place. That's perfect for me because just holding onto this tends to hurt my hands sometimes. So I love these. These are sold as this in a 3-pack. They come in 3 different sizes in multiple different colors. I have the periwinkle here as well as the white, which can be sublimated on because it is just simply a neoprene material, so you can actually sublimate on the white and the lighter color ones as well. And then I also have the black. And like I said, they come in 3 different sizes. This is a small size, which can fit anywhere between a 12 to 16 ounce tumbler. This is the medium size, which can fit up to, it's 20 to 30 ounce tumblers for myself. Is what I've tested it on. And then this is the large size, which can fit more of the plump tumblers. This is a true 22, but it's more of a plump size. It has a wider base to it, and it can fit up to the 40 ounce ones as well. So I love these handles on here. Again, these are great to have. This particular one actually has 2 handles, so it has the actual handle over here, and then it has the smaller piece that I tucked inside on this side, that if you want to like hold it with your finger or attach it to like a bag or something, you can do that. But yes, these come in 3 different sizes. It is a 3-pack that is sold as, and then you get multiple different colors. Again, the 1 pack has the 1 color in there, so it'll have 3 black, 3 white, 3 periwinkle, and so on. But these are a great little addition that Tahoe has come up with. And I just wanted to show you all how I'm going to apply DTF transfers to these. And then we'll go from there and see how well they hold up once I filled it up with some water or something in there. So we'll go ahead and get that checked out. And I'm going to go ahead and move over to my heat press. But before I do, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well as the bell notification, so that way when I post new content, again, you will be the first person notified. All right, let's go ahead and get the camera turned around and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so as stated before, I am going to go ahead and apply my DTF transfers to the neoprene handhelds. I am going to apply a DTF transfer to both sides of it, so where the handle is facing out on the side. When it comes in a box, it comes folded like this with the handle on the back, but I wanted my handle to be more on the side, and I have a transfer on both sides. And then what I'm going to do is attempt to press it with the handle hanging off of the actual heat press. And I have my transfers here. I have 3 different transfers that I'm going to use for each different color, but they are very similar. They're all of my state, Ohio, and then it has my logo on there, so I just wanted to have something personalized for myself. And for this tutorial, I'm actually only going to use just the medium size, because that's typically the size that I would use, but I will show you at the end of the video how the larger size and the smaller size holds up when the bottles are filled with a liquid. But for this video, you can see here that I started to apply my transfer, and it was just a headache trying to apply all of that to this small neoprene. So what I did was I just trimmed off the excess film and then reapplied it. And then you can reposition it, hold it up to see where exactly it's laying, to make sure you have it exactly how you want it to look on your actual can cooler or your handhold. And then just make sure you apply some heat tape to hold that down, because there is no sticky backing on the actual DTF film. And then what I'm going to do again, like I said, is I'm going to go ahead and make sure that my handle is hanging off of the side of the actual heat press itself, so that way it gives it that nice even pressure along the top. I'm going to add a Teflon sheet to the top of this as well for even pressure, and I'm going to press it at 320 degrees for 45 seconds on medium pressure. And then once that has completed, I'll go ahead and remove that away from the actual heat press and let it sit aside for a few seconds to cool down. And then we'll come back and apply it to the other side. So now that that has cooled down, I'm going to go ahead and slowly peel that off of there so that way I make sure that everything is adhered to it. And as you can tell, it has sort of like this glossy base. I like that look, but I'm going to go ahead and finish it off. So we're going to go ahead and place it back on the heat press. But this time, I didn't like the handle hanging off. So what I'm going to actually do is apply a pillow under it, and then I'll go ahead and apply the Teflon sheet back to that, and then press it again at the same temperature pressure, but only for 20 seconds. And then once that is completed, you'll see that now, and you want to make sure that you first pull that off very slowly, but now you'll see that it has more of a matte finish to it, and I like that look as well. And then we're going to go ahead and flip it over and do the other side. So we want to make sure that we stretch that out. And you see it has a great stretch. There's no cracking or anything. That DTF definitely works. But we're going to go ahead and make sure we fold it back over. We're going to do the other side. But because we already have something applied to the one side, I'm going to now add in a piece of parchment paper to put down on top of my actual pillow. And then once I have it on top of my pillow, and as you can see here, I was kind of confusing myself, like, what am I doing? But yeah, once I figured it out, we're going to apply the parchment paper on top of the pillow, then the can cooler on top of the actual parchment paper, and then I'm going to apply my design on top of that and then press it just the same as I did before. Make sure that you apply some heat tape to it, just a couple little strips top and bottom, or you can do side to side, whatever your preference is. It doesn't matter as long as it's just taped down. And then this just helps it stay secure and it doesn't move around when you go to place it under or pull down the heat press. So again, I'm going to go ahead and place this down, and we're going to go ahead and put the Teflon sheet back on top, and then we're going to press it again for 320 degrees, 45 seconds. Once that is completed, we're going to also again pull this off of the heat press. You want to make sure you pull it off the heat press so that way it cools down, because these DTF are a cold peel. These are not hot peel. And then once it has cooled down, you'll slowly just go ahead and remove that. And sometimes it's easier to just remove the tape. And then once you have that removed, again, you want to go ahead and just finish it off. And you can see there's no image left over on that film, and it has that glossy side and the matte side. Because it has the matte side, I'm going to go ahead and just finish the top part too, just to give it the full cohesive look. And again, that was just for 20 seconds. And you're going to slowly peel that. And then once you have peeled that off, again, you can go ahead and give it a stretch, shake it off, because it was hot when I pulled that off. And there it is. That's how it looks. And now that can cooler is finished. Again, that's how it's going to look when it goes on my actual tumbler. That's how it's going to sit. And I absolutely love it. I think it's going to be so easy to hold, especially for me having carpal tunnel. I think that is so brilliant. But I'm going to go ahead and speed this up and finish off the rest of these. But be sure to check out the rest of the video at the end, especially where I show you how I filled it up and how well the tumbler holds up, or the handhold holds up with the actual tumbler being completely filled. I'm going to show you again the 3 tumblers that I showed you at the very beginning, all 3 different sizes, as well as the actual soda can. So then that way you can see truly how well these hold up with those. So be sure to stay tuned for the end results. All right, so we are officially done applying all of the DTF transfers to our handhelds. We have the black, the periwinkle, as well as the white. This one you can also sublimate on as well as the periwinkle, because it is a lighter color. If you know anything about sublimation, you know you cannot sublimate on black. However, for this video, we only did just the DTF, but I will post more content with sublimating on these 2 colors as well. But at the beginning of the video, I did state that I was going to show you all how well these hold up with them being filled with water. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that. And then, but before I go ahead and do that, what I wanted to do was show you how easy it is to apply these. Now, they may be a little bit more of a challenge the first time you apply it, of course, because they haven't been stretched out or anything. But once you do apply it, to it, like the second, third time you apply it to it, it's a lot easier. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with the smallest one, because I know that is a question that people may have in regards to how well does it hold up on like a pop or soda can, or the smaller ones as well as the larger ones. So unfortunately, I don't have a soda can because I don't drink pop, but I do have a 12-ounce mason jar or Libby glass that I'm going to show you on, as well as, again, the kids tumbler. I removed the lid just because we didn't need the lid on there. So I'm going to show you that one first because that's what I had at the beginning of the video. So I have the smallest one. Again, there's the small size, the medium size, and then you also have the larger size. So this is the small size. So what you're going to do is you're going to first take your tumbler or your can or whatever it is. And a lot of people like to do theirs from the top. I don't. So what I'm going to do is actually just flip mine over. And I like to place one end in there and just kind of hold it in there. And then what I'm going to do is slowly, or just kind of grab this and pull it over. Like I said, it's a little bit of a challenge the first time you do it, but once you do it, you get the hang of it and it's a little easier. But yeah, you want to go ahead and grab that and then pull it over to the side. This is a challenge. It's easier to do it on the table, so let's do it that way. It's hard doing it up like that, and then with me having carpal tunnel, that doesn't help me at all. So let me adjust my camera so then that way you can see it a lot better. Alrighty, so I'm gonna move this over here. Now I have my camera adjusted so that way you can see it a lot better. So this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna place your item down. You can place it this way, or you can have it heads up. I prefer to do it this way before I fill it with any water or drink or whatever. And then what you're going to do is you're going to simply just place this around the edge of it, and then you just pull it down. It's as simple as that. Now for this one in particular, because this doesn't have necessarily like that beveled edge like a can would, a pop can, it is recommended to have on a pop can to have it actually down like this to prevent it from slipping. It gives it a tighter grip if it's down like that. But for the tumbler, I actually prefer it to be about midway, and that seems to hold well for me. I'm going to go ahead and pour some water in here so that way you can see. And I have it pretty much filled up to here. So we're going to see. Now, where did I put the lid? I'm not sure. I took it off for a second and I misplaced it. So, excuse me. But you can see that it is holding up well. It hasn't slipped. It hasn't moved or anything like that. So that is great. I'm going to do the same for this one. I just want to show you how well it holds with this one is also. Set that to the side. And then I'm going to just place this in here. Now, like I said, you can do it from the top or you can flip it over and do it. I personally find it easier to flip it over. That way, before you put it on your can, do it like that. And then bring it down. Now with this, it's like a pop can. It's easier, like I said, to just kind of pull down in and around. Hold one side, hold the other side, pull it down and around. There we go. Like I said, it'll be a lot easier once you actually get in there. But that's that one. And so, like they suggest, it is a lot better to actually have it pulled down and around the bottom of it to give it a better tight grip. So that way it doesn't come out, it kind of secures it in place. And I think just because it gives it like that extra grip at the bottom so it won't slip through. So that is how you're supposed to have it when it's on like a pop can. And let me show you up close. So you see how it kind of has, it creates like that suction in there. It's going to keep it cupped in there. So that's how it's supposed to be when you have like that pop can as well. Have like that, and then that way it shouldn't slip. We're going to fill it up. Place the lid back on. And as you can see, now you have your cup filled. It's not slipping through or anything. It's holding on well. It has a tight, firm grip, as you can see from me trying to place it on there. And this is, again, the 12 ounce. I love this. Honestly, I think this is really cool just to have this because it's easy to just carry. You can walk around like this. And then I like it, especially for the glass. It definitely helps to prevent it from like hitting something and breaking, or you setting it down and it's smacking against that, because you're kind of creating that lip at the bottom with this to create or to prevent it from smashing down and breaking. So I like that a lot. So that is the smallest size. Then we're going to move on to the bigger size. So this is the, again, the 20 ounce. And you don't have to remove the lid. I just prefer to remove the lid. That's just me. But this is the 20 ounce straight skinny tumbler. This is the medium size handheld. And this one, you can actually just go over the top of it. You can remove the lid, go over the top of it with this one. And then you want to just do the same thing. Want to apply it. I typically, like I said, I like to apply it to one side, and then I bring it over the other side, and then I simply just rub it down. And then that's it. It's just a matter of making sure you just get it over the full top of it, and then that's it. Again, I'm just shaking it without water in there, and you're seeing it's not moving and that it's not slipping at all. So let's go ahead and fill this one up with water as well. And I have that filled right here. Enough room to put my lid back on. And there's no slip. No slip at all. I love it. I can hold on to it. It's not going anywhere. I love this a lot. This is a completely filled item here. When you're holding on to the handle and you're pulling on it, it does provide more of like a tight grip to it. You'll see a gap here, but no, don't fret over it because it's not going anywhere. I love it. Again, it takes a lot to have to pull, and I'm like literally pulling it down to pull that down on there. So I like that a lot. So this will be my favorite because I use a 20 ounce for everything. And again, like I said, you can see that on there, the design. It looks great on there. It stretches well. So I absolutely love that. And now this is the big one, the large one we're going to use. And again, this one has the top handle as well as a side handle. And then the difference between the large one and the smaller ones is with the large one, on the inside of it, it actually has a like rubber liner inside to give it that more of a slip grip feel to it. So that way, because of it being a bigger tumbler, obviously it's obviously going to hold more water, more liquids. It's going to have a much bigger capacity. So you want to make sure that you're able to actually get a good grip on it, because with these are lighter, so they're not going to slip as easily as this one probably would if it didn't have that rubber material in the inside. So I love that. So that gives it even the extra protection. It would be nice if these had those in there, honestly, too. But because, like I said, these are probably a lighter weight, it's not going to necessarily require it, especially with this one. They do, like I said, suggest that you pull it down and around it so that way it kind of gives it that lip or that cup at the bottom, so that way your can doesn't slip through it. This one, there's really no, I mean, you can do that down here, but to me it's kind of awkward because then it's like top heavy at that point. So this one is honestly best to have that. But I think that maybe if it had that rubber liner on the inside, it would definitely be a lot better to hold on to it. So that might be a suggestion, but for TahoeBay. But all in all, I love it, and I will probably definitely continue to just use this one. I've used it several times now. And these are so easy to wash too, so that's what I like as well. But this one, I'm going to go ahead and take this lid off of here. And again, this has the top grip lid, or the top grip handle. And again, you want to just make sure you get it over one side and then pull it over the other side. If I got it tucked in, but there we go. It's almost like a stretching game. You have to really stretch it. And this might be a lot easier for others that don't have, I suffer from carpal tunnel, so right now it's a challenge for me, but for those that don't have any hand problems, it's probably a lot easier for you all. But once you get it on there, you just kind of slowly just work your way down. Okay, I did that kind of fast, but I pulled really hard, but you work your way down, you pull that on there, and then there's that. And then, like I said, it has that rubber lining on the inside, so that makes it nice. And then this one is not a straight tumbler. This actually is a tapered tumbler, so it goes from like the bigger top part to like the smaller bottom. So there is sort of that gap around here at the bottom, which is why I love having that rubber backing inside, because then it gives it that extra layer of grip on there. So now let's go ahead and fill this one up. That one again is filled up to about right here. Give it enough room for the actual lid itself. And I don't see it gripping or slipping at all. I'm gonna pull it down some. See, so if I pull it down some, if I pull it down some, then there's really no grip or anything to it. And then if I pull it up some, it gives it that nice grip, that nice firm grip that I like on here. And that's just simply because this is a tapered tumbler. So if you're using a tapered tumbler, I would definitely suggest to maybe use either a smaller size one, depending on which size tumbler you use. If you're using the larger tumbler, of course you want to use the large handhold. If you're using a smaller tumbler, but it has a tapered design, you might be able to even pull off the smaller one, or you might just have to place it in a different position. So you want to just play around with the placement, because some of these tumblers are taller than others. There may be better positions of where you can hold it and have that much firmer grip. This one, the grip is best up top for me, and I like it simply because I can hold it like this. There's no slip. It's not slipping down. It's not coming through. If I wanted to hold it this way, I could, and it still grips and holds the same exact way. If I wanted to clip this on my book bag, which I probably never will, because I'm afraid of it might spill. Not necessarily slipping, I'm just afraid of it spilling out itself. Even though these are spill proof, still, I don't trust it. But you still have that extra grip there. So if you want to attach a key hook to it and place on a book bag, you're on a camping trip, you're hiking through the mountains, whatever the case may be, this is great for that. So I absolutely love these, and that is the way these three fit. And then these are, again, so easy to apply DTF transfers to. You saw, again, you press these at 320 degrees, 45 seconds, or whatever your instructions are for your DTF, because I know not all DTF are created equally. They all vary in time and temperature. So you create it or follow your instructions for your DTF. However, with the ones that I use, that is my time and temperature. Again, it is so easy to apply it. I've created 3 different designs for myself using my logo in my state, just because I wanted to represent where we're located, and also be able to showcase my business as well when I'm out and about. And I absolutely love it. I love these. And as you can just see just a moment ago, my hand really just started hurting. Yeah, so carpal tunnel is not fun at all. If you don't have it, be lucky. But these are great for me because, yeah, I don't have to worry about trying to grip it with my hand like that. Because it gets tiresome sometimes, and I hate doing that. So I like having a handle on things. So this is nice to have a handle. I hope you all enjoy this video. I hope you all are able to go ahead and check them out. I am going to post the link down below, so that way if you were interested in purchasing any of these, again, you saw they have multiple different colors that you can get: black, white, periwinkle, camouflage, pink, teal, other colors, red, blue. They have so many different colors available. You can definitely go ahead and check that out and get these. These are fun and cute. I love them. They keep your hands cool, but also gives you that extra handle for those cups that don't have a handle. They're great to have. So thank you so much, TahoeBay. Thank you all so much. Let me turn my camera back around. Thank you all again so much for watching this video. Again, if you have not subscribed already, be sure to go ahead and subscribe today, right now. Go click that button, and then also hit that bell notification, so that way when I do post new content, you'll be the first person notified. Again, y'all, thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day. Peace out.